That's the thing, man. I feel like people can often look at other people that seem to be doing very well and think, man, they're like super confident. Things are going for them. They've got it all sussed out. And it's funny, man. The more that the world perceives me as doing well, the more insecure I feel. Because every time I achieve a new goal or achieve something cool, I find myself in new rooms with more people that are better than me. And it's always a kind of like small fish in a big pond kind of feeling. And I don't even view myself as someone that's done super amazing things, do you know what I mean, compared to the names that we can mention. But insecurity is something that I definitely struggle with. I think that last album, Hands Are Made for Working, I just couldn't have dreamed of, couldn't have dreamt of a better response to it. The way that people connected to it was like never before, and it was very special. And it got me into a few new rooms and got me a few cool opportunities. But all it did was expose how insecure I was. So a big win from that album was the song Cast Your Cares, which for the first time one of my songs is being sung as part of like the worship in church and stuff, like all over the country and abroad and stuff, and everyone's singing it, sending in videos, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like sick. So now I'm getting asked to come and sing at like events and concerts, but I can't sing. Do you know what I mean? Like you can do it in a studio, you can like hold a note, you can slap a bit of auto-tune on there, but I'm going to sound check with like big musicians, like people that are like bad boy singers, like they're sick singers, and they can just pick up a flipping guitar and start strumming and stuff comes out that's sick. Or they can hop on the keys and I'm about to sound check and people are asking me, oh, what key is this in? And I'm like, do you know what I mean? And I'm just thinking, bro, like, what am I doing here? I'm so like underqualified and so insecure. I can't even sing. The only instrument I could play was like a triangle or something. I did the viola actually in primary school for a couple of years, but I stopped because people was laughing at me. But my point is that the more seemingly successful I become, the more I realize how like unqualified I am. And that was a real struggle for me, man, because it's hard to be confident in those kind of rooms. But for this album, I was aware that I was feeling like that, so I really tried to challenge myself, and I didn't want to waste what I had been given and the opportunities that were before me. And I knew that, you know what, there's people out there that would give anything to have these kind of opportunities. So now you're here, try your best not to be insecure. Don't feel like an imposter. Feel like actually God wants me here at this precise moment in time. So I did things for this album which I would never normally do. The Wretch feature was one of them. Wretch 32 is one of my favorite rappers, period.
Blessings follow me. Blessings follow me. Like good things follow me. I need you to. Blessings follow me. Blessings follow me. Oh, me. Blessings follow me. Like good things follow me.
I have all these albums, I listen to all his music. Knows like I know most of his bars, and he's followed me on social media for ages, and we just like chat here and there. But I never really ask people to do features unless I've really know them, like I see them, like we hang out, all that kind of stuff, because I'm all about just building relationship. And also I feel like, why would they want to do a feature with me? Like they're touring around the world or doing X, Y, Z. But I don't know, I just felt really challenged to just reach out to him and say, yo, fam, like this tune's perfect for you. I would love it if you did it. And I just had you got nothing to lose, just ask the question. And obviously he's come back and says, yeah, bro, I love the tune, I'll do it. And for me, that was just like a lesson that, like, I need to believe in myself. Like, it's all cool, like, encouraging people to be, like, humble and that kind of stuff, and I love that. But I don't feel like that should result in us feeling insecure or feeling like if we're in certain positions, we can't push for things. I want to, like, be the best at what I do. I want to work with the best people. I want to help people that are younger than me and are coming after me to fulfill their dreams. But to do all of those things, I need to be confident in who God has made me. And that's a big lesson that I'm learning. And sometimes I wake up and I still feel like, why are you here? Why are you in this studio for? Why are you sitting in front of you can't even play the keyboard? But I think, yeah, man, I've just got to try and battle that. And that's been like a learning curve for this album especially.
It's actually been impressive to see how much he's been able to grow in terms of he's always been able to rap. He's always been able to spit, whether it was 140 BPM on grime or like a slow down tempo rap beat. That's meat and drink for him. That's been easy, but to actually see him progress into actually being able to make songs and having like a subject and actually sticking to it and maybe telling a story, verse 1, hook 2, bridge, actually building that up so we can actually get much more of a better picture in terms of what is in his mind and what he's trying to communicate to us.
I think at the end of the day, when all is said and done, the only stuff you'll rate is the stuff fully honest that you made. 100. You will never rate the thing that you were chasing. Like I remember sitting down trying to write tracks for people I thought would like it so they could feature on it. And it's like, why don't you just ask to write for their album then, if that's how you're gonna think? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah, let me hear this track though. I'm excited about it.
DJ, drop that video.
Did you guys, who produced these? Sick. This was good, man.
The only hard thing with this is the balance between the live drums and then the rest of the album. But
Set to the sky and leaves. Gotta give thanks, way too much peace. When I two-step to the beat, that feels sweet. Way too blessed, that's me. Back then things got messy, way too stressy. Now good vibes and ready. Tell the man that the big V. Shout out Femi, my joy, they ain't taking any.
I'll just say with that.
love for that, bro.
We're good.
I'm so proud of you lot, bruv.
Oh, yo,
I look at you lot and I think,
man.
bruv, anything's possible,
100%.
That's the man them from North, bruv.
We don't ever have a single.
All over the world, bro. It's
Exactly.
mad.
No, 100%. 100%. You know what's so mad? I was talking about you just before I came here. I was tracking up Loyal Kana's album.
Yeah,
he was just
there.
and he was just round the corner. And then I said, he was like, "Oh, where you going now?" I was like, "I'm going to see Guvna B." And he was like, "Guvna's a G, you know." Guvna's a G. In fact, he told me that you were the first person that ever prayed for him.
Swear.
You messaged him something like, "Yo, like what you doing, I'm gonna pray for you."
Yeah.
And that made an impression on him.
Mad.
He was gassed about it, and then we went a little bit verse for verse on Bibles. and he came through it. He was respecting it. He came through it.
It was basically in the line of just forever remain yourself. Obviously, you come from sort of the gospel world, and you're also very much so in normal everyday music with different artists like your mainstream rappers, your Stormzy's, your Wretches, and all those type of people. And it's kind of hard almost trying to please both of them, but you can never please both of them at the same time, apart from making sure you stay true to yourself.
I love anything kind of congregational, and that song was amazing in that sense. Like people really took to it, and on this new album, you can hear the kind of influence of, he saw the strength in that song, and you can see that it's kind of like potentially transferred over into a couple of songs. They're quite anthemic. I can't really box him as a rapper. I would say he's an artist, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does all kinds of stuff to come, and I wouldn't try and stop him either. Why not?
The conference, stop bringing my jewelry and trying to fire judgment.
The bond that I have between me and, I don't even like calling them fans, man. It's like extended family. Maybe I just don't view myself as like a star like that. I don't make music to be famous or just for the sake of my own ego. I make it because it genuinely helps me and I want it to genuinely help people. But some of the messages that I get from people that follow me on social media, people that write to me, are incredible. They're encouraging. Messages like, never give up. It's because of you that I've stopped self-harming, or it's because of you that I was able to get over this heartbreak. It's because of you that your music that I'm keeping my head up through my grief. And that kind of stuff is special, man, because that's the kind of conversations you have with your family. Like, Mum, thank you for being there, man. Or like, wifey, thank you for doing that for me. And So my fans definitely have like a special place in my heart, or my extended family, should I say. Some of them I've been doing it for 10 years, do you know what I mean? And some of them been riding since the first album, some of them just got on board, some of them have seen me at a show, and yeah, it's special, man, because I feel like they understand that this isn't just for me or my ego, it's deeper, and that develops a strong connection between me and those people. Yeah, I think you've just got to be authentic. Like, even when I'm approaching this album, I'm not in the same place I was with Hands Are Made for Working. And even that was pressure, because I was like, do you know what? A lot of people liked Hands Are Made for Working because it was real and it was quite depressing and that kind of stuff. This one, I'm a bit happier now. Can I talk about happy stuff? Like, are people gonna like that, or they just want to? But yeah, you just got to be authentic and real to what you're going through and who you are. And the thing I love about my fans is that I feel like they've grown with me. They've seen, like, from Kingdom Skank, like the fun tunes, dancing, to me being like teenager or whatever. They've seen me going through uni and making tunes that reflected that period of my life. They've seen me like date and get married and have kids and lose my dad, and it's like, they're like family, bro. They know my life, so I'm not worried, man. I'm at a stage where I'm just like, put out what's real. I got what really matters to me, and that's my family, my son. Every time I look at him, my wifey, and my good friends, and I'm making music like I was the only person on this earth. That's the stuff that I would listen to. That's the stuff that helps me. That's the stuff that gives me life. And I hope that can. My boy Jordan gave me that bit of advice. He said, if you was the last person on earth, no one else here, what would you listen to? Then make music like that. And that's where I'm making it from. So yeah, man. If I have the Adele effect, cool. But if people like this, then sick. Like, but I'm good regardless.